Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gold 3 Protoss. We're advancing ourselves a little bit. We got more things under our belt now. We've established workers need to be made. We've established your habits that you're trying to develop for yourselves, priorities. Now we're going to add, and we've also established very basic scouting at this point. Now we're going to add on a little bit more, and we're going to add on building placement, how to do it properly, and we're also going to add on just a little bit more into the scouting, and we're going to try and max out a little bit faster. When we play against the Zerg guys, the plan is going to be to expand. So what we're going to do is we're going to be looking for a pylon at our natural, okay? Pylon at our natural, so that we can take our natural. Next probe built after we start the pylon is going to go to the natural as well to build a gateway.
You must construct additional pylons.
Then we're going to re-rally the Nexus back to the main. Don't forget to do that. Make the gateway, and we're good. Now we're going to make a gas. And this pylon is important because it puts a nice little surface area here where we can use. It's far enough back to where it's not going to block my wall, and it's in a great area where I can connect every wall to every side. And it's great. And now we see a Zerg player who does not have a natural. And we're going to look at his base this time and go, what is he doing? Oh, he's mining fucking gas. Okay, let's get ready for speedlings. So we know what we're against now. We instead of just going, does he have a natural? Does he not? We're going to look at his base for a second. We're going to get an initial read on tech. And we just saw what looked like a speedling timing boy. Let's send a probe back to our natural. We're still going to expand. But we're going to make a core first before we do that. And then we're going to make a second gateway as well. The reason why we're doing this is because hold on, we're gonna make another pylon too. The reason why we're gonna do this is because he is still one basing me. We're not gonna expand right away. We are going to expand in a minute here. And now let's go ahead and make a zealot, just because we know he's early pulling me. And then now let's actually make. I'm gonna say a stalker. It should be adept, honestly, but I'm gonna keep it easy peasy. Still no micro, guys. No micro. No micro. Okay, so look what he's doing. Running around my base. This is how you counter someone who plays this way. Chase his ass. Build a pylon right here. Wall your base in. This guy is now becoming that dude. Let's make a nexus now. Keep making probes. We've been making probes the whole time. They move my probes. Go back to mineral line. Okay, let's send my stalkers after these little shits. Keep making probes. Cool. We're good. Problem solved. The Zerg played a really aggressive opener, really annoying, but we handled it, and we're fine. And we've been making probes the whole time. So even though we've lost probably like 4 probes to these lings killing my probes, or maybe 5, we still have a good overall read on this game. Now, here's the next thing we're gonna do. This is taking us now to gold again. Scouting. Scouting is gonna be a little bit more advanced. We scouted tech, right? His initial tech. Now we're gonna scout again for follow-up tech. Also, our money is getting a little bit higher now, so we can afford a little bit more production because our natural's finishing, and we're looking good. So we're still making probes, but now also we're still making stalkers. But we're all right. Sorry, we actually have 2 gateways here. Cancel this fucking gateway. Sorry, my bad. It's 2 gates and a robo is what I want. I don't want 3 gates. 3 gates is a bit much. I thought for some reason I thought I only had 1 over here. Anyways, sentry. Make 1 sentry. This is going to be our new plan as Protoss in almost every game now. We're just going to make 1 fucking sentry, guys. Just 1. And the sentry is going to do hallucination, and you're going to make a phoenix. You're going to then take this phoenix, and you're going to move across his expansion and shift click into his main. And then keep making probes and all that good stuff. Now our robo's done. We're going to make a robo bay. an observer, and go back to making stalkers. Now pay attention to the Phoenix for a second. It's at his base. While making probes, we can even make a pylon for a second really fast. Okay, we saw a fully saturated natural with a spore crawler and 2 queens. That's fine. He also has 2 gases. This tells us this Zerg is not continuing an all-in. It already automatically tells us he's not continuing to all-in me. Because if he opens up with an early aggression, if he opens up with something really aggressive early, and then he fully saturates a natural, he doesn't also get to have an army that's massive at the same time. It doesn't work like that. It's not how StarCraft works. There's limitations. So now we can, because we know he's been making, because we now know he's been making drones, we're gonna go into a third. Like we want to go into a third anyways. We're still making probes, but we're safe to do it now. We're not worried about dying out of nowhere, being like, oh shit, his army's huge. If this guy would not have had a lot of drones there, I probably would have taken my third still, but I would have left my army in my wall. That way, if he all-ins my third, I can always cancel it, but simply put, we don't just die in the middle of nowhere with my army. Let's throw a couple pylons out here. We can throw another hallucinated Phoenix. Our center is enough. Now let's go the opposite way. Let's go directly into his main and shift-click down to his natural. Meanwhile, we're still making probes. We're getting the thermal lance upgrade for Colossus. Keep making probes. Keep making probes. Keep chrono-wisting them. What's going on? Okay, we got... I didn't really see... It looked like maybe it was an infestor. I couldn't really tell. But it doesn't matter. We didn't really get to see much, so we don't have to assume anything. It's fine. We just know that the Zerg player is... he's there. He has no layer in his main or his natural when we scouted either one of them. Now let's get ready to take a 4th base, because the 3rd base is getting well saturated, just like before. And now building placement. These are safe because these are important buildings. Okay. The Robo and the Robo Bay, those are important. We do not want those just to die. However, we will take some gateways in front of the side of my base because we can add on production now. Saturator probes. Keep making probes. Let's make another gateway. And we don't have to fully wall this. But what we did just do is we created a choke point he has to walk into now. Which is going to be nice if it turns into that. Make another Colossus. Let's transfer some probes away. And now also, let's take another vulnerable style building here. Let's go ahead and get Forge, and Twilight Council. And those are valuable structures that need to not die, so they're tucked away in my base. Building placement. Transfer some probes off this base. And what's my probe count at? 76. We're basically done. We're very close. Let's go ahead and get a wall here. Pylons to then put gateways on top of the ramp. Get a couple gases. And keep making Stalker and Colossus. Also, get upgrades. Boom, boom, boom. Chrono, chrono, chrono. We're basically done with probes, so we can start chronoing our... probes are actually done now. We're going to be at 82 when they all finish. And we'll get a Templar Archives for Archon. Transfer 2 probes because it's oversaturated. Keeping my tab on my mineral lines and all that good stuff. Making sure they're all well saturated. Make some Stalkers. Let's do another Sentry Hallucination Phoenix. Grab the Phoenix, and this time we're going to go base, base, base. And then it was natural, then it was main. We're going to scout expansions now. We're gonna keep changing our scout up each time. Oh, he's going Mitas. Okay, so select all army, go into my main, and attack. Just select all army, attack my main. Now let's start doing this. Because he's going Mitas. Cannon, 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 and then 1 battery. We'll do 3 cannons and a battery. Keep making probes, guys. Chrono boost my my boys here. And the next base. Cannon, 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 battery. Keep making probes. Okay, go back to rally point to the main. In this base, let's go cannon, 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 battery. Space him out. We're doing 3 cannons and a battery because he's going mass mutas. Probe count right now is still 72 after we just took 2 fucking mineral line losses. Do a Century Hallucinated Phoenix again. Base, 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 base. All his expansions around, and then we go into his main after. Let's start making some Archons. And finally, let's make some cannons and batteries in my main base. Cannon, 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 battery. Get some upgrades. Doon, doon, doon. Probes. So there's a base there, and that's the first one we saw. It's fine. So we know that where his third is now. That's going to be our opportune place to attack from in a minute here when we're ready. Chrono my shit. We're going to need 4 more probes and then we're done. Let's take another base. There comes his mutas. Attack my army over there. Make some more Archons. And now we're getting a little bit of money extra, so let's start making some more gateways. Okay, he's not really wanting to engage me. He's playing very non-committal. So, select all army. And let's attack the bases we know about, okay? Wait for the Archons to finish, as we talked about before. Archons are going to finish, and attack the third. Shift, attack the natural, shift, attack the main. Good shit. Chrono boost my upgrades. Probe count, 81. Let's make like 3 more. Start another base. We'll do it here this time. It does not matter where we put it. We just need to put one down. Make a Colossus. Start making some Stalkers. Make a couple more gateways too. It's fine. We have more production, more money. Transfer a couple probes over there. Mineral fields are depleting, so where is that happening? Good. This is not good. Grab 4. Good. Send them over here. Let's go ahead and put some cannons down. Again, same thing. Cannon, 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 battery. And this base is like a really exposed base because we have no SimCity here, so let's actually go for like double. 6 cannons and 2 batteries. Let's double it up because there's nothing here to guard this. It's completely exposed, and my army is also out of position right now. It's attacking. Let's go ahead and make some Templar for some Archons. Looks like my army is completely dead, so as long as we keep macroing, we should be okay. Make some Archons. Probe count's still looking juicy. Let's get more upgrades going. Get my gases saturated at my new base. More upgrades going. Okay, he's attacking this base, so let's A-move him. And final upgrade. Doom, doom, doom. Make a new Nexus. He killed it. It's fine. Let's take another base. Because we're going to start mining other bases out. They keep depleting. Regroup my army, because I don't really have a full army. It's more of a ragtag. We're only at 120 supplies, so let's just chill for a sec. There's no reason to let our army just walk across the map. We just wanted to guard our base. That's all we cared about. It's chrono, chrono, chrono. Grab 4 probes, send them somewhere else, that's good. Grab 2 probes, send them somewhere else, that's good. Fully saturated. This base is long distancing, but let's just send them here for now. And we'll see what happens. Grab 1 probe off of this and just make some cannons here. Same thing again as last time. Like 6 cannons and 2 batteries. Cannon, cannon, cannon. Cannon, cannon, cannon. Battery. Battery. Cannon, gas, gas. Shift, I click the mineral line. Probe count, still looking juicy. Make some more Archons. And let's chrono, chrono, chrono. The upgrades. Make Archons. Now, mineral lines. Good. Let's make a pylon here for that, in case we ever want to do upgrade that. Good. Not good. Fix it. Go here now. This is a brand new base. How about this base? This base is still good. This base is good. 84 probes are efficiently mining right now. This is nice. Make some more Stalkers. And another Colossus. How's my upgrades looking? 1 more chrono on each of them, and I think they should be done. Mineral fields are depleting again. That's my third again. Send him over here. Let's get my gas going over here. Let's even take one more probe to fully saturate the other gas. So this is going to allow us to have a lot of Archons. Archons are very gas heavy. They're amazing units. And we're maxed out. And he's attacking this base. Let's go ahead and select all army and attack this direction. Look at the power of cannons, batteries. It's pretty amazing against Mitos. Let's go ahead and make a new pylon there. And we're losing probes, so make a couple probes. Lost one probe, actually. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do the same attack we did before. A move, shift, A move, shift, A move, shift, A move. And look at my base. What can I do? Let's actually add on maybe another robo and like 4 more gates. Because we're getting a little bit of extra money again now that we're maxed, so we want to be able to remax faster. Add them into the control group. We're good. Okay, probe count is still good. Let's add on another battery right here, and then mine this gas. Mineral fields are depleting. That is in my main, I think? Yeah, it's in my main. So we grab a couple probes off this and send them over here. There you go, boys. There you go. So, even though, I'll say this, even though we did not manage to scout the Spire, we still crisis management dealt with the Spire in an efficient way. That was not overly crazy. I didn't micro like a fucking god. I didn't pull my probes even. I just worried about getting my cannons down. I think I'm honestly going to start pulling probes in Platinum League. I still think even right now you shouldn't pull your probes. I think it's probably going to be too much because right now in Gold League, having the whole process of scouting now is going to be massively game changing. You're going to be like, God damn, scouting is getting intense. Ah. Fuck, the other things will come more in time. Pulling probes, that's a platinum thing. I've decided. But yeah. Scouting his base. Very important. We ended up not seeing his Spire though, so we didn't have a preparation before he got here. Because again, a big part of Gold League now is expansion, or sorry, it's what the fuck did I write? What the fuck is my scouting? Oh, there it is. Jesus, I wrote it in a weird way. Expansion and tech scout. I was like, I was reading it and I was like, expansion? What the hell did I write? I was right the first time. Expansion and tech scouting. So finding his bases before we want to attack him. Finding his initial base before we know if we're going to be able to expand or not without getting attacked. And then periodically throwing a scout at the player to see if we can spot his tech. That is our goal right now, mixed with everything we've been doing before. Just periodic scouting. So we scouted his base. We saw we were getting attacked by Lings. These Lings were really annoying. They did a little bit of damage. How many probes did we actually lose? We made a Zealot and then we started going into Stalkers. I will say this. Yeah, no, I still agree with what I said in this game earlier. I still think Stalkers are going to be the way to go because Stalkers are just more versatile. I will say Adepts are better against pure Zergling than Stalkers are, but Adepts also require micro to be more effective. And at the same time, if you go Adepts and this guy goes for like a roach timing, you're probably just going to die. Like there's making Adepts and just having Adepts be on defense the entire time is not always the best thing. Adepts are good when Protoss also use them aggressively because you can kill drones really fast, and I don't think you should be aggressive right now. So I think Stalkers are still your go-to in this situation, but still also after you make a couple Stalkers, if you're getting all in, making a Sentry is very important. But yeah, anyways, taking damage, being annoyed by this. He kills 2 probes. 2 probes die. Overall, all said and done. Broker count, we're crushing it. We're in a great spot. That's exactly what we're talking about, boys. That's what happens when you make probes while getting attacked. Alright, and now At this stage, you can see the Zerg player, overall, we're still keeping a bit of a lead here. Because, you know, we handled the early pressure well enough. When he was attacking us, we made enough probes to still maintain a good lead throughout the game. So we're in a supply lead. We're in a worker lead. It's nice. But the Zerg players overall, even though he attacked us, he's doing a good job as well, for the most part, keeping up to a point. Like, these spores aren't necessary. But it's because he doesn't know if I'm going to go Stargate or not. So he's just kind of playing the odds. And then suddenly, my hallucinated Phoenix Scout, okay? My last one got killed by 2 queens. This one is made right now. It's scouting right now. But it's too late because I'm in the middle of the map. I'm almost at his base. But then his mutas are attacking my base right now. Like, they're coming in right now. So they're already here. So I can't scout this in time. Also, if you select all army like this, which is I still recommend you do it, it will pull your hallucinated Phoenix back because you do select your hallucinations with select all army. So now I won't get a scout at all, but it doesn't matter because he also reveals what he's doing. He reveals, he like shows his hand being like, I went muta. Mutalist, what do you think about that, bro? So it's fine. You know, shit happens, right? So he comes into my base. Look at the probe count. Again, I want you guys to look at this before probes start dying. Notice this. This guy went for a low economy muta build. Low economy mutas. He's got 50 drones. And a lot of those are also mining gas. Look at his mineral lines. 15 out of 10. Not super efficient. 17 out of 16. Slightly not efficient. 0 out of 16. Very not efficient. This dude is, like, his economy management is, honestly, it's kind of almost putting him into a muta all-in. Instead of doing harassment with the way he has set up his economy to the way my economy is set up, this is now like a muta all-in. Is kind of how this goes. He needs to fuck me up right now, otherwise he's still going to be behind. So we'll let this kind of play out for a second. On ×4. Look how many probes die. I don't pull my probes at all. We just lost 16 right there. We A-moved my main with my army. He flies down to my 4th, which was a great move by him. And now he starts killing probes in my 4th base. He kills 32 probes right now. I have lost 32 probes to these mutas. And I am still up by 10 workers. Because we're still making probes during the process. And we've been making probes the whole time. And now, because we know he's mutas, and we would have made these cannons batteries faster, but now because we know he's mutas, we are still prioritizing probes, and we are periodically adding on another base and another base of cannon and battery, which is going to keep us safe from aggression of mutas. But again, the probes are the priority. We're still maintaining good probe saturation. What if he flew back into your main? Well, we would chase him into the main. And then what if he flew back into the 4th? We would chase him into the 4th. And what if he flew back into the main? We'd chase him into the main. And we flew back in the 4th. We'd chase him into the 4th. We would just keep chasing his ass. Because I'll just throw this out there. As soon as you get this done, if he went back into the main right now, and I started this at my 4th, and then as soon as he's in my main and he's like killing my gas and killing more probes, I would then move into the main. And by the time my army gets around and goes into the main, these cannons and batteries are going to be finishing. And now suddenly his mutas don't just get to freely kill probes anymore. Cannon battery is actually insanely good against muta, and here's why. His Spire has level 1 weapons. I'm glad he's upgrading weapons. It's important. But he's got level 1 Spire. And we have level 2 armor, shields on the way. And shields apply to cannons and batteries. It makes shield battery cannon insanely effective against muta. Now he's over at my 3rd. He unpowered my gates. Cool beans. He denies my next expansion. Now check this out. We're A-moving his base because we have high supply. We have a nice overall supply. We've kind of stabilized ourselves again. We're not feeling too scared. And we A-move his base. I honestly, by the way, I did not even realize I hallucinated a Colossus, but I did. Didn't even know I did that. Cool. So he kills my whole army, right? You're like, oh shit, ViBE, that sucks. Sure, he kills my whole army. Because we're not microing anything. We're not paying attention to our army. We're just sending it out there because he went for mass mutas and we recovered relatively decent. But again, yeah, look at the production tab. Exactly. There is no production from Zerg. Because he's doing micro-based moves. He's very heavily... This guy is very heavily invested in this army winning the game. Not making things to win the game further beyond this. So if you look at his bases, super inefficient mining and super high bank currently. It's not the most efficient spending and generating of resources. And if you look at ours, we're crushing. We're doing great. 84 probes optimally saturated. Other than 2. Which we fix probably pretty soon. So look what happens. Even though we just lost a massive army, look at the resources lost. We are tripling his losses. We're at 12,000. He's at 4,000. This is not good for Protoss. Looks like shit, right? But again, same thing with this mountain. The mountain description I've always told you guys. We're still ahead over him in terms of total amount we've generated. Even if you subtract the losses off of that, we've still accumulated more shit than he has throughout this game. So look at his attack. He comes for a counter. He comes to try to attack me. While he's attacking, he kills my base. But look at the supply right now. He just full on sacrifices a couple units for the Nexus. Look at the supply. It's equal. This is not a good position to be in for Zerg. We immediately remake it. We're fine. And suddenly now we're taking the lead again. And it's because we have a good economy. And even though, once again, we have lost 33 probes. Now here's an example of mutas fighting cannon battery in a second. He's about to move out and do it. Look at this. This is what cannon battery does for you. And I also do recommend making additional cannons and batteries at bases that do not have any type of SimCity around them when they're completely exposed. So we made like, again, because it was mutas, we made like 3 cannons and a battery at my inner bases. And at my outer bases, we made additional. And look at what it looks like when mutas. This is how many mutas? This is 22 mutas fighting 6 cannons and 2 batteries. One cannon dies because it's out of range of the batteries. The next cannons do not die. I was like, how many mutas does he have now? He's got 15. Those cannon and battery did a lot of... And another muta died. 14 now. Was that 22 to start? That's 8 mutas that died to kill a gas, 1 probe, and 1 cannon. And 1 pylon. That's a great trade for Protoss. And the reason why that goes so well is because we have level 3 shields. And last thing we'll say is look at the economy tab once again. I just want to throw this out there, guys, and say I have only killed 6 drones. And those 6 drones that I killed were all the 6 drones that were mining his 2 gases over here when I killed his 3rd the first time. When I did that one timing I did. And then he overpowered my army. I killed 6 drones here. And that's it. So in total, he would have had 52 drones mining. 52 drones is very, very low. That's almost an all-in territory. That's not the greatest. That's like on the verge of almost being okay to macro with, but it's really not. But it's not quite super all-in. But it is low eco overall. If I have 83 and he's got 46, that's fucking not good. That's 46 is... That's getting lower too. So we were assuming, I didn't kill the 6 and he had 52. 52 is on the verge of like, once you get in the 50s, it's mildly okay, but it still could be a lot better. In the 40s, that shit's fucking pretty bad. Like if you're going for a macro game and you're in the 40s of drones, you better be constantly killing your opponent because you are actually kind of all in there. It's too low on economy. Like look at the numbers here. 600 gas versus 1800 gas. 1400 minerals versus 1800 minerals. It's inefficient. Yo, Rarugu, thank you for the bits. Yeah. Was that our first game? Yo, gold 3, done. That was fast. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Hopefully I explained a lot to you. Obviously, Gold League is Gold League, so we're gonna continue the trends up here that we talked about. The whole max out at 1040 thing. The continuing what we learned before, which is priorities and habits. That's gonna stay that way all the time. Because our habits we developed early on in the series they're going to carry over all the way to GM, and then evolving our tech, or sorry, evolving our scouting a little bit to scout his tech, and also still scouting his expansion, and then now also building placement for Protoss. Building placement is kind of important. But thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Later, guys.